And welcome back to another episode of Bubba the Bloom, episode 280, your final episode of the 2025 baseball season. Hope you guys enjoy the off season. Oh, wait, no, we're not like other baseball shows. We stick around all the time. So don't you worry about that. On tonight's show, though, we're going to preview the final weekends for your daily leagues or maybe just your setting lineups for your NFBC leagues hitting wise this weekend. We're going to try to predict the second round of the 2026 fantasy baseball draft. Probably goof off like usual. Have fun with it as this is wrap up time. But before we get to that, you can find me on Twitter at BDentric, the podcast at Bubba Bloom Pod, and on Patreon at patreon.com/Bubba Bloom. And my co-host, as always, on Twitter at RyanBHQ, Ryan Bloomfield. How we doing, my friend?
Doing pretty good. Not too happy with myself. Checking live scoring way too often this past week, and
I thought it was a nail clipper story again.
No personal hygiene for this one.
Gotcha.
I showered today. We're good. We're good there. But yeah, just checking. I'm sweating out a few leagues, and I wish I had I don't know if patience is the right word, whatever. To not check live scoring all the time, but of course I can. It's out of my control. So why do I check it all the time?
Because we're degenerates. You got to know. You want that. It's that instant gratification that people want these days. So hope yours finishes strong. We know Ben has moved into the top 10 in the overall. We got Scott Slezak, Petruzziello in there from the Discord in the top 10. We got some boys fighting in there, which is good to see. A lot of friendly names in general that we know in that top 10. So rooting for that, other overalls. So it's going to be a wild last few days. That's why we're going to preview the final set of serious matchups, I guess. Because, Ryan, it was only a few weeks ago, I felt like there was no, playoff push out there. Now there's people fighting for seeding all over the place. It's been an awesome, if just pure baseball sense, like last 5, 6, 7 days.
That's what I was going to say. It's just from a real baseball standpoint and playoff seeding and whatnot. It's been and will continue to be a pretty awesome final week. I mean, Cleveland, Detroit are in lockstep. Selfishly, that Seattle Mariners game last night, Wednesday night, was probably a top 5 baseball game that I've seen. Like just seeing Cal Raleigh hit 60 home runs on the night that the Mariners win the West for the first time in 24 years. It was really cool. Scenes out in T-Mobile. So a lot of good real baseball stuff that affects obviously fans out there, but more importantly, the underdog pennant postseason contest. What we're doing there. So have you drafted many pennants since the Tuesday show? I've done a few more.
I've done two more. I'm planning on. I told you, I said with all this changing going on, it's either I need to go all in, take my chances, or just wait till Monday basically and go crazy. So it might be a Monday when I'm kind of hungover from a weekend and just kind of hanging out on my phone type thing.
I was gonna say you're gonna be busy this weekend, so probably not too many. I wish I was in your place this weekend, just distracted from it all and playing golf. But yeah, the pennant contest is nuts just because like nobody was taking Cleveland, for example, until like 2 days ago, and now all of a sudden they're tied and still could miss out on the postseason. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun final weekend of baseball for sure.
Yeah, so we'll try to get all the matchups discussed for you, potential streaming options for your daily leagues, because we know a lot of you guys in head-to-heads and whatnot are fighting till the end out there. So we'll help with that. For just a reminder, we have 21 people signed up for golf for FPAS. If anybody's interested, I'll bug you with that one again. Come one, come all at Dobson Ranch. It'll be a great time at FPAS. Anything else you'd like to add before we talk weekly or weekend matchups?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get after it. We're going to do a quick synopsis of each team, basically, real quick. We'll start with the Baltimore Orioles. They have 3 games at the Yankees in the Bronx, a Yankees team who is tied for the American League East right now with the Toronto Blue Jays. The winner gets a bye. The loser is a wild card team likely facing the Boston Red Sox. And you kind of want the bye, obviously. So the Yankees should be playing for something, Ryan. Potentially all 3 games is something to think about there. Orioles, nothing to play for. It's all 3 righties with Warren, Schlittler, and Eel on the mound. So I'm really not interested in much Baltimore, period, on this one.
Not really. I mean, the only one I'd continue to keep rolling with is Dylan Beavers leading off against righties, and it's 3 righties for Baltimore. I would think Baltimore plays, or 3 righties against Baltimore. So I would think Baltimore plays Beavers. I think hit a walk-off earlier this week. So
big homer. Yep.
Yeah. I'm actually starting Beavers in my head-to-head in my family league against my brother-in-law. I'm tied with my dad, tied with Pops for first place in the final week. So I've got Beavers. Yeah, I know. He's never won the family league. Everyone's like, we have a group text, like nobody's rooting for me. Nice. I don't blame him either. But that is a 10-team league, and I have Dylan Beavers in that league. Some of it's daily moves, so you're playing matchups. But I fully intend to probably continue to start Dylan Beavers this weekend in that 10-teamer. So.
A couple things I'll mention real quick. Jackson Holiday's missed the last 2 games with a knee injury. Just keep an eye on that one. If they might not want to bring him back, if it's whatever. Yeah. Samuel Basayo missed Thursday's game. He left Wednesday's game with a hand contusion, a wrist contusion from a hit by pitch from Pete Fairbanks. So keep an eye on that also. Adley Rushman returned from the IL on Tuesday. Did not play Thursday. Even with Basayo out, Alex Jackson got the start. So there are some moving pieces there for your daily leagues and whatnot. But I could see a world where, honestly, they say, Jay Jackson, your knee's banged up. Awesome year. We're not going to make this any worse than it is, and go from there. So a couple things to keep an eye on as well when it comes to the Baltimore Orioles lineup. They got Trevor Rogers, Sagano, and Bradish going. You're pretty much going with Rogers and Bradish, I'd imagine.
Yes, for sure. Yep.
All righty. Let's go to the Boston Red Sox. 3 games at home against the Detroit Tigers, so 2 more teams still fighting. Boston's pretty much locked into their playoff wild card seeding, but Detroit, they are not. They're either going to win the Central, be the 6th wild card seed, or potentially miss everything. That's how tight that one is. With they are literally puckered up, is the way I'll put it. So you're either the 3rd seed for one of the Central, potentially the 6th with the wild card, but you have the Houston Astros a game behind them. So a lot can take place this weekend in Boston, Ryan. The Red Sox are facing 1 lefty and 2 righties. What do you like here?
I don't see much. We had some chatter in the Discord about which hot hitter should I pick up. Kind of a general question that was thrown out there earlier in our lineup questions channel. And Masataka Yoshida was brought up, who is DHing every day. I don't know if he'll play against Skubal on Sunday, if Skubal makes that start.
Might not even pitch, yeah.
Who knows? Right. But Masataka Yoshida, if you're looking for weekend hot hitter, that could work for you if you have a utility spot open.
Yep, and he's been swinging it very well for the Boston pitching side. They got Kyle Harrison going on Friday. I don't know if I like him. I don't like it. We talked about him even last week.
Yeah.
Connolly early goes Saturday. I do like that one. Giolito is projected to go Sunday, but I even saw a beat writer today say if the Red Sox have nothing to play for, there's 0 chance Giolito makes that start. So
would not count on Giolito on Sunday.
The Red Sox would have to lose both of their games before, so like Friday and Saturday, to need Giolito. I think to lock in the 4th seed, pretty much is what's coming out of that. So, because looking at it right now,
they're the Red Sox are 98.9% chance to make the playoffs. So I'm not going to run through every scenario, but I'm assuming a lot of stuff would have to happen for them to not make it.
Well, the reason why is they're the 5th seed, but they're only 1 game up on the 6th. So if they lose the first 2 and say the Tigers win 2, now they're the 6th seed and the Astros are right on. So if they basically, if they need to win 1 game Friday or Saturday, I think it's pretty much what that comes down to.
Yeah,
Boston. This is why it's crazy. We've gone through 2 teams and there's a lot of playoff action already. Yankees, they have the 3 at home versus Baltimore, 1 lefty, 2 righties. All hands on deck with the Yankees.
All hands on deck with the Yankees, who are dead tied with the Blue Jays, 91 and 68. So Yankees will be all out. Any Yankee you have, you are continuing to start them. I don't think there's any risk of, and same with the Blue Jays, who we'll get to in just a second. They will be doing everything they can to not make the playoffs, but win the division.
Yep, and the Warren, Schlittler, and Eel will all be starting. I don't know, see how that doesn't happen either. Tampa Bay Rays, they have 3 at Toronto. Jays are going for the gusto. Rays are just going. It's 3 righties with Bieber, Savage, and Gossman, and there's been a lot of moving and shaking with the Toronto pitching. So you'd imagine these 3 are locked in with, Barrios is on the IL now. He was out of the bullpen. Scherzer's been god-awful. They need these 3 guys to get it together. So interesting for Tampa Bay, but it's 3 righties, so that could lead to a certain style out there.
Could lead in a certain style. Jake Mangum style. That is it. Ian Seymour pitched in relief earlier this week, so he's scheduled to go Sunday. But
no, I'll stop you there.
I doubt it.
So we were curious about this the other day on the Fantasy Pro show with Orico on Wednesday. So we were digging into it live on air. A beat writer, the Rays to start the week, he was originally projected for a 2-step. They moved him to the pen, and he's still projected to pitch Sunday, barring something changing. So with the Rays, that could still change, but for now, he is penciled in for Sunday.
Yeah, pencil. Pencil's the key word.
That's why I said pencil. Yes, penciled in for Sunday.
And like he probably throws, but is it 5 innings? Like if you're interested fantasy wise in a win or certainly quality start, kind of doubt it. And then even on the Toronto side, because they're playing each other. Bieber, Yesavage could suddenly be the way Max Scherzer's been pitching lately. I mean, that could be obviously a big start for Yesavage for the division for regular season, but this guy could be
in the playoff
key piece of their postseason rotation all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mentioned that in the Discord, and people were like, "That'd be kind of cool." I said, "I think it's more than just a cool thing. It's at least a coin toss right about now." I guarantee that conversation is taking place in the locker rooms of Toronto these days.
Because Scherzer lately is just, I don't know if we can trust him in the postseason.
You can't trust him. Bassett's on the IL, but Rios is like they're the Walking Dead when it comes to pitching. I feel like they're loaded. Like Eric Lauer would have to come back.
What's the latest on Bo Bichette? Or is there any chance he comes back this weekend, or is that just postseason they're vying for?
Postseason at best. He started to take batting practice, I believe, on Tuesday. I wrote Wednesday's thing, so maybe it was either Tuesday or Wednesday. Starting batting practice, still not running yet. Okay. So there's still no timetable.
So don't plan on Bo Bichette this week.
This is why they need the bye week. They need that bye week bad to get Bo back.
Yeah.
All right, that'll jump us to the AL Central. The White Sox have 3 at Washington, 3 righties on tap. Honestly, if you're in a daily league, you might actually have options here. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot to care about, personally.
Yeah, I mean, Cade Cavalli, Jake Irvin, and the good Lord on Sunday to finish out the season. Good Lord, that's great. Apparently, Diamondbacks have a reliever's last name is Pope, so that's. I'd love to see like a Priester versus Lord start, and then Pope comes in relief. That would be.
Well, the Pope needs to be on the Lord's team so he can come in relief for the Lord or something. Or he could be an opener for the Lord. That would just be poetic, is what I will say.
White Sox, in terms of White Sox themselves, I don't really have much. Like it's a great schedule. So, I mean, that is the thing. It's anybody who's starting on the White Sox, you probably want to roll with, because in terms of just strength of opponent, the 3 starters, the Nats are rolling out there. Not so hot.
Yeah, it just sucks. Benny Biceps done for the season.
Yeah.
Cleveland Guardians, they have 3 at home versus Texas. 1 lefty, 2 righties, Leiter, Kelly, Corbin. Guardians need to keep winning here. So it's and they don't change their lineup that often to matter, honestly. But what might interest you here?
I mean, and their lineup's not. I mean, I hate to keep saying this. It's just like they keep winning, and I just don't think Cleveland's that good. Apologies to Cleveland fans out there. It's a hell of a run. Like, I'm pulling for them. Like that scene in Cleveland is pretty sweet to see. It's just like from a fantasy standpoint, you're certainly not looking to add anyone. And I don't know, like George Valera hit a home run today.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. He's hitting second. Like this. That's the story of Cleveland right now. It is a great story, but like fantasy wise, I don't have anything.
The one thing I'll throw out there is Cantillo is supposed to throw, I believe, on Saturday. That'd be a guy, if he's available in your leagues, make that happen. I like that matchup a lot, going up against Texas with Mr. Cantillo.
Yeah, Slade Chaconi's been on fire lately. Probably pretty universally rostered, but starts on Friday. So
Detroit Tigers, they got 3 at Boston. Again, big series for both sides. Harrison, early, Giolito going up against Detroit. It's 2 lefties, 1 righty for the Tigers. You mentioned earlier it's Mize, Paddock, potentially Scoop. Paddock when you need to win. That's not great. What do you like here with Detroit?
I mean, I'll go with guys I don't like. Kerry Carpenter. If you've got Kerry Carpenter and you're in it, you may only get 1 start. Probably some pinch hit appearances this weekend, but you may have better options if you are rolling with Kerry Carpenter right now. And then, yeah, the big thing with Detroit, obviously, is how they do and whether Tariq Skubal pitches on Sunday. There's just so much. I mean, if they throw him Sunday and he doesn't win, does that knock Skubal out for the wild card? If they even get the wild card, there's just so much going on there. It is nuts to see Chris Paddock pitching Saturday.
Yeah, like in a must-win game. It's a must-win game. I'll say it right now. That's not good. Not good at all. So
what a collapse, man. What a freaking. They're still 84%, according to Fangraphs. The Tigers are still 84% chance to make the playoffs, not win the division, but to make the playoffs. But
that's rough.
That could change very quickly.
Yeah, Royals, they got 3 in Sacramento going up against Morales, Spence, Springs, 1 lefty, 2 righties. It's another one of those. If you can find some Royals to stream, this could be a solid weekend for you.
Yeah, but there's really not many outside of my guy, Carter Jensen.
Your guy, Carter Jensen. That's adorable. And he's faced 2 of the last 3 lefties, too. That's good to see.
I know. He's playing well. Honestly, if you need it, I don't even know if he qualifies. It depends on your format if he qualifies at catcher. But if you need a catcher, Carter Jensen is an option. Hopefully we get one more blast from Mount Massey this season or Jack Kaggs. That'd be poetic justice the final weekend of the season. But outside of that, no, I don't have anything. It could be a nice schedule, though, because I guess Philly probably will throw Ranger Suarez on Sunday. I just don't know how long. Like, the Phillies have a layoff, so like you probably want to throw Suarez just to keep him fresh. But if you have Suarez, like, you may not go 5. We'll see.
I'm trying to see who's Phillies even throwing on Friday because Walker backed up Bueller on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I don't even know who they're throwing on Friday now. I'll have to keep an eye on that also.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
And that's Minnesota anyway. So Minnesota, you like any bats on Minnesota? 1 lefty, 2 righties?
Minnesota, no.
The A's, they have 3 at home versus Kansas City. It's 2 lefties and 1 righty. This is a Colby Thomas weekend. If you can go get him, throw that one out there. Just depends if who knows if Reagan's even pitches that game. That'd be on Sunday. That'd be the big one. But Colby Thomas does like him some left-handed pitching is where I'll go with that.
Yeah, at least for Friday against Noah Cameron. Because, yeah, I don't know how far. Like, why would Kansas City push Reagan's too long? I'm sure they throw Reagan's just to get him some work. But this is Sunday in a nutshell. Last day of the season in a nutshell. If you have Cole Reagan's, like, you kind of have to throw him and hope he's efficient and goes 5. But wouldn't get your hopes up there.
Astros, they got 3 at the Angels. Astros have to win. As we said, they're the team looking on the outside, looking in at that wild card right now. 1 lefty and 2 righties. It's Hendricks, Caden, Dana, Aldegari. Great pitching matchups if you're trying to win 3 games, but their pitching's not great either on the Houston side. So what do you like here on the bats?
I mean, pretty much any and all, because I mean it's a murderer's row of Hendricks, Dana, and Aldegari.
6.3% K to walk.
Is Hendricks retiring after the season? Did I see that somewhere?
I believe that's what he said, yes. I believe he said that, yes.
Was that one of my good dreams this week?
So if you're dreaming about Hendricks' retirement, that's and we dream different things.
There's probably been some seasons where I've dreamed of Kyle Hendricks' retirement. He is set to retire after the 2025 season. Yeah. So that was not a dream. That was an actual thing that I saw. So, hey, man, kudos. Great career for Kyle Hendricks. I know we make fun of him all the time, but will be cool to see his final start, even though it's just weird as hell as a Los Angeles Angel.
Yep. All right. Speaking of those Angels, they get 3 against Houston. All righties on tap. Yeah, not a whole lot I'm going to be excited about here.
No, if you're picking up Angels at this point in the season, good on you. Good on you.
The take home is: do you get blue bod on Saturday? Do you want to get Costanza on Friday? In these matchups that we like to target in Anaheim.
Yeah, in terms of the old stream against, certainly. Well, shouldn't say certainly, but probably Jason Alexander did not pitch well at all against. I mean, he got destroyed against the Mariners.
Yep.
Last time out, I think it was Mariners.
Yep.
Blue ball, just don't know how deep he goes. I don't know. The pitch count the last couple of times out for Blue ball has not been very high, and I don't think he's gone more than, I'm trying to pull up Blue ball's game log. Yeah, 3 innings each of the last 2 starts. So, like, no, I'm not. If you're looking for a weekend streamer, I don't think Blue ball is it?
Yeah, there's some jokes in line there, but we're just gonna leave that alone.
We're
Go to the
too
next one.
mature for that, Bubba.
Yeah, we don't make those low hanging fruit jokes. Seattle, they got 3 at home versus the Dodgers. Dodgers are locked in to their seeding because they won the West today. But you have Seattle, who, if they basically sweep and the AL East struggles, they could end up being the 1 seed. It's a long shot,
Yeah.
but there's a possibility there, Ryan. 1 lefty, 2 righties. What do you got?
And Seattle is going for it. So I mentioned that just awesome night last night. Today was not a hangover lineup. They played everyone. Cal Raleigh was double fisting beers in the locker room last time I saw him on TV on Wednesday night.
As he should be.
But he was catching today. It wasn't even like a DH thing with Garver at catcher. Raleigh was in there. They are trying to get the number 1 overall seed. So we'll see. I just personally have George Kirby and Logan Gilbert in a ton of spots, and I'm nervous as hell about that against the Dodgers, but not much you can really do about it. You're throwing those guys, and obviously in weekly leagues, they're locked up already. So I don't know. Mariners starters are, I think, going to go for it. And so any Mariners starter you're gonna continue to throw out there. And I just hope Cal Raleigh gets 62, man. That would be awesome.
They got Brian Wu penciled in for Sunday. I still don't think that happens. So,
that's not happening. I would be shocked.
Maybe Luis Castillo gets us a second start this week. Maybe. Kind of.
Guy's been elite, man.
He's been very good. I'll give him his due. It's been very good of late. Texas, they got the 3 at Cleveland, 1 lefty, 2 righties. Texas is going to Texas. They're depleted. We got Langford's done. They officially said Seager and Simeon aren't coming back. That's a brutal situation.
It's bad. It is. I mean, to go back to your Joey Cantillo recommendation earlier, this is a stream against lineup. Absolutely. So Slade Ciccone, Cantillo, and if Gavin Williams is needed on Sunday, probably will be. All those are great options this weekend. And yeah, Wyatt Langford, man.
Yeah.
I know we're going to talk about 2026 going forward, but like, I can't trust that guy with an early pick next year. Just so many oblique injuries.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about him. Maybe not tonight, but we'll talk about him for sure because I have a lot of thoughts on that oblique situation. AKA, I think the Rangers medical is freaking garbage. Going to the National League here, the Atlanta Braves, they got 3 versus Pittsburgh at home in Atlanta. All right-handed pitching. Keller, Chandler, Burrows is the competition. So not a Chandler, sure, I'll give him his due, but all in all, this Braves offense is kind of heating up too. So anything you like here, most of them are pretty much gone.
I could go on a Michael Harris rant for quite a bit now, but no. Michael Harris is doing all he can to return all 2025 value in the final week of the season. Yeah, I don't have much. Like apparently Brett Wisely is on the Braves and is a lefty and would start 3 times against 3 righties for Pittsburgh.
Former Giant, Brett Wisely.
I know.
Get it right.
Did not realize that happened.
Yep, Giants DFA'd him. Ozzie Albies breaks a hamate. Braves pick him up. Perfect timing, one might say.
Real quick on the Braves, since we're somewhat sentimental tonight, Charlie Morton's making, I guess, probably his final start of his career. Signed with the Braves this week, basically just to get that. It was kind of cool. People are like, what are the Braves doing? But like, I don't know. Charlie Morton pitching. Exactly. Why not? So, I mean, Charlie Morton has been terrible. Again, he was DFA'd by Detroit earlier this week. He's not a pickup. I don't think he's going to go 5. I think this is more just like a glorified give him his time on the mound and send him off after a couple innings.
Yeah, you got Morton's supposed to open on Sunday for Chris Sale to come in and finish. So they're basically to let him go out there, get his flowers, and come out type thing.
Yep.
So it's
good news for Sale. A win potential for Sale where there might not otherwise be. What do you think the Braves throw Strider full bore on Saturday?
Seems like they're doing that. I don't think they should, but it seems like they just don't care right now. They're trying to get some positive vibes before the season's over. That's the way it feels like it's going in Atlanta.
Yeah.
In Miami, they got 3 at home versus the Mets. The Mets are fighting for it. I'll say this: Craig Mish tweeted out, Miami is throwing, they're throwing Alcantara, Yuri, and Cabrera, their top 3 pitchers, and he says the Marlins want to ruin the Mets playoff chances, and the stadium's already got more ticket sales than it's had all season. Like, people are coming out in Miami this weekend.
I'm sure
so,
it's mostly Mets fans.
I know. I agree. I thought the same thing. But all in all, it should be an interesting weekend here because it's a Mets team that is stumbling, bumbling, fumbling to the finish line.
Yeah, but no, good on the Marlins for doing that. I understand why you would want to knock a division foe off, especially I guess the Reds, the other one.
Technically, the Marlins. Maybe
they're still alive, right?
Yeah, let me check the numbers here.
Fangraphs says 0.0.
They're 5 games out.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like 3 games out entering today, what they lost, and they kind of went pooey. So
yeah. I mean, I will throw out Roberto Hernandez. I've done that the last few weeks. And certainly plays against lefties, so at least 2 starts, probably 3. I think in deeper leagues, that's a Roberto Hernandez, and if you need an outfielder, I think that's a good way to go. Outside of that, I don't have much on the Marlins.
Nope, the ones that are actually good are taken. The Mets have those 3 at the Marlins. Alcantara, Perez, Cabrera against them. Not the easiest of matchups. Anything on the Mets? Tyrone Taylor's back. Jose Siri was DFA'd. That's about all I really got.
Yeah, it's about it. You can roll with Brett Beatty, who 3-run homer this evening off of Shota, which
who didn't homer off of Shota is what it feels like.
Yeah, they left him in, man. I don't know why they did that, but anyway, no, I don't have anything on the Mets. Just everything at stake for the Mets and all the pressure. I feel like all the pressure on the Mets and not much pressure on the Reds.
That's
because
fair.
The Mets have they've had it and they are fumbling this bag.
Yes, they are. All right, it was like Philadelphia Phillies. They have 3 at home versus the Twins, all righties with Ryan, Abel, and Simeon Woods Richardson. Philadelphia is 2 games behind the Brewers for the number 1 seed. So in theory, they have a chance. Don't think they really do. Trey Turner's supposed to return this weekend. Something to keep in mind. Anything else you got with Philadelphia?
Trey Turner back, so certainly get him in your weekend lineups. Edmundo Sosa, I thought was still on the IL, but triple donged the other day.
First game back, triple donged
on all of my benches. But that's cool.
Yep.
Uncle Ted says Brandon Marsh having a nice season. Brandon Marsh has been really good lately as well. So against 3 Minnesota righties, I certainly like Brandon Marsh this weekend.
Yep, Marsh, Kepler, and company are definitely in
Kepler
play
as well. Yep.
I would also think about starting Simeon Woods Richardson from what we've talked about if the Phillies don't have a chance to get the 1 seed on Sunday.
Yeah.
Washington, 3. What's that?
Sorry. Just real quick. I mentioned Edmundo Sosa. Does he play with Trey Turner coming back?
That's the tough question there because if they want to get Turner at bats every single day, Sosa was just a strictly utility guy when Turner was in. Bryson Stott should move back to second. You have Ballin back, so Sosa pretty much comes back to his utility role. It feels like.
Yeah, so that could be tough. Despite the triple dong, you may want to see if Sosa is in the lineup on Friday if you're able to do that before you can do start sits there.
Washington Nationals 3 at home versus the White Sox. 3 righties, 3 really good righties to face. Anything with the Nats?
I don't think so.
Nah.
Do you?
The guys you want are taken. I have nothing else now. The Cubbies, they have 3 at home versus St. Louis. All 3 righties. Mikolas, McGreevy, and Leahy. This is some great matchups for a Cubs team just doing their thing. And the wild card here, I just want to double check right now. The Cubs, in theory, if they got swept and the Padres 1-3, could be the 5 seed. But the Cubs are pretty much locked into the 4 seed right now.
And so that would mean just 1 fewer home game if that happened, which, doubtful. So, Cubs are just doing their thing. I think the Cubs, with all these wildcard teams are just going to keep playing their guys and stay in that routine and go for it. Say a Suzuki double dong today. So that is nice for someone who had been struggling, but roll with your Cubs.
Most definitely. Cincinnati Reds are 1 game out of the wild card right now, so they're hoping the Marlins can shut down the Mets. The Reds can do some damage in Milwaukee, a Milwaukee team that's got the 2-game lead on the first seed, so they're not going to be worrying too much, you'd imagine. Don't even think Freddie Peralta pitches on Sunday, to be honest. So right now, 3 righties on tap for Cincy.
Big one. Just real quick, going back to the Cubs, I forgot to mention this, but Daniel Palencia is back from the IL.
Yes.
Remains to be seen what that save situation looks like. Actually, Aaron Savali got the save on Wednesday, but it was a long multi-inning thing. So if you have Palencia and you need saves, or if you can pick him up in daily leagues, that could be an option. If you have Kittredge or Brad Keller, you may not get saves there. We just don't know. They haven't really had a save op, but I just want to throw that out there that it's a lot of uncertainty in the Cubs ninth if you're trying to scratch and claw for that last save. So,
yeah, another comment on the Cubs. I forgot. Kyle Tucker is supposed to come back this week. Keep an eye on that.
Oh, yeah, it's a minor thing.
All right. So Cincinnati, anything with the Reds with 3 righties on tap?
I mean, kind of by default, you might be interested in Will Benson, though he's been struggling lately.
Yeah,
typical for Will Benson. You may, I don't know, how does Gavin Lux continue to hit third this lineup? Like this makes no sense to me at all.
But he had an RBI single today. He had a big sack fly yesterday. Like he just
a big sack fly.
Hey, it was an extra innings that forced it to go 12 or whatever. They still lost, but it kept him going.
I shouldn't. He does have a good grief. Gavin Lux has a 348 OBP. Which is really good.
In real life baseball, he does what they want, basically.
A 368 slug. That's horrendous.
Especially in that ballpark.
Like, my man's slug is almost as low as his OBP.
Crazy.
Anyway, no, fantasy-wise, not much for the Reds. They will do everything they can to get in, so they're going to play their best players.
All right, you got the Brew Crew with those 3 games at home versus the Reds. 1 lefty, 2 righties. I think the Brewers do the minimal stuff this weekend to get ready for the postseason.
Agreed. Going back to the Reds real quick. Hunter Green could pitch on Sunday. Just a heads up. It may not be a full start, but if you're in some league where again it's daily or whatever, just leave Hunter Green in, because if it does come down to the final day of the season, it sounds like they're entertaining that possibility. So just a heads up there. And in leagues where it counts games started, like the head-to-head ESPN league that I'm in a lot of them, you have a cap of like games started. You might be able to get some free Hunter Green because it may be a relief appearance.
Beautiful. I got nothing on the Brewers. You got anything on the Brewers?
Yeah, no, my bad. No, I got nothing on the
Pittsburgh.
Brewers. I think Freddie starts on Sunday, but doesn't go very far.
Pittsburgh, 3 at Atlanta, 1 lefty, 2 righties. I really don't care about the Pittsburgh Pirates offense.
No, I don't either. They're bad. Lodolo carved him up pretty good today before limping off the mound.
He hurt his groin because of what he did to them in the batter's box. St. Louis Cardinals, they got 3 at the Cubs. All 3 righties on tap with Ray, Facade, and Taillon. Great weekend if you have some Cardinals bats, obviously, but this Cardinals offense is so bad. I don't even know if a great weekend helps them.
Right. And to flip this around, do you roll with Colin Ray? Yeah, you roll with Taillon. You never go with the Facade. That's on our 10 commandments of the podcast. Colin Ray, perhaps. Like this.
Yeah, Colin Ray, I don't hate.
Cardinals lineup is really bad right now.
Yeah, outside of Ivan Herrera, the rest of it is the most inconsistent pile of garbage you could find right now.
Yeah, and piles of garbage are pretty consistent. They don't really morph into anything else. So,
yep, they usually turn into compost, which is a big steaming pile, if you know what I mean. NL West, Arizona Diamondbacks, they got 3 at the Padres. All 3 righties on tap. Padres are basically, like I said, unless they have a miracle weekend, they are the 5 seed in the NL wild card. The D-backs are 2 out of the wild card. They're pretty much done, is the way I look at it. So I don't have a whole lot here.
I don't have a whole lot here either. You could take a late stab at Jake McCarthy with the 3 righties, but that's about it. Yeah, the Diamondbacks are still technically alive, but losing today to the Dodgers kind of sealed their fate, but we'll see. Tim Tawa has been playing pretty regularly lately. That could be an option if you need some power in the end game, or I guess in a deep league, if you're just desperate for somebody. Tim Tawa is probably someone who's going to play this weekend just to see what they have, assuming the Diamondbacks are out of it by Saturday or Sunday.
Speaking of teams out of it, the Colorado Rockies, 3 at the Giants, all 3 righties. Nothing.
I got nothing too, except I mean, it's obviously stream against because it is Road Rockies. I picked up Justin Verlander today in that 10-team head-to-head final that I'm in. Like
Papa Bloom's going to lose to someone close to his age. Just not good.
I beat Papa Bloom to it. Papa Bloom should be making these ads if he really wants the damn title. But actually, it's interesting. Both Tang who pitches Friday, Wu-Tang who pitches Friday, and Verlander who pitches Saturday, they were both available to me. I took Verlander. I didn't think too hard about that, actually. I just hope Verlander goes 5.
Yes. Yep, both are firmly in play for the streaming world this weekend. Dodgers have 3 at the Mariners. I don't have a whole lot of love for the Dodgers. I don't even know what their lineups will look like every day with resting guys right now.
Yeah, selfishly, hopefully I'm hoping for a hangover lineup tomorrow for the Dodgers, but it is a night game after an afternoon game, so who knows. Go Mariners. That's all I'm gonna say.
Go Mariners. I did love Kershaw's quote today when they were celebrating in the locker room. They go, Kershaw, do you want some goggles? He says, no, honestly, I don't want a hat, don't want a shirt. You're lucky I'm wearing pants.
That's great.
As he's got 2 beers, he's just having a great time. Like, that's awesome, dude. Just rock on. Because all he had was pants on. Like, he was just rolling. It was beautiful. Like, God, I can't hate you. It's so bad.
That's great, man. That's so relatable.
Oh, exactly. I'm saying, like, if I was 40-something years old, which I am, and I'm celebrating gonna retire, like, yeah, you're lucky I'm wearing pants.
Just let it all hang out. Quite
that's
literally.
Life in general, right? These days, yes. Padres 3 at home versus Arizona. Padres are just coasting to their wild card spot. I don't see too much to get too excited about there.
No, Xander Bogaerts is back from the IL, so that could be. I mean, it's kind of nothing special, but like in points leagues, going to play, going to hit. I don't know about the counting stats, but that is an option for you all with Xander back from the IL. Ramon Laureano is donezo, right?
Yeah, he's out for the first round, the wild card round too, with the fractured finger.
That sucks. That's
a big loss. Big loss.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, the Giants are at home versus the Road Rockies. Marquez, a bum named Freeland, and McCade Brown, 1 lefty and 2 righties on tap. So you mentioned Wu-Tang and Verlander. You want that for sure. It's a Bryce Eldridge weekend. He was hitting cleanup on Wednesday. Like they're trying to get him some exposure out there, which I'm a fan of.
Yep.
Other than that, I'm not too excited about like Drew Gilbert's. I like him. I don't know if he's worth it. Casey Schmidt. It's Bryce Eldridge or bust for me this weekend.
I'm on board with that. I mean, Elliot Ramos has been on fire lately, but I would think pretty widely rostered, even in shallow leagues. Yeah, I'd go. I like Eldridge, and I like Tang and Verlander that we talked about earlier. Like, what's your take on Logan Webb on Sunday?
He's pitching. He's
rolling.
The comments he made after they got eliminated, it's why I love him as our captain, basically. Like he let it well known that this is not acceptable. This is the most talented team we've had that did not make the playoffs, and he said there's no excuse for that. And he kind of started pointing fingers at certain positions.
Coming out hot. Like, is this shade at Bob Melvin or what?
There was a little bit of that, which made me even happier to go. I support my boy. In his last start, he surpassed 200 innings pitched for the 3rd straight season, which is impressive. I was going to save some of this for wrap up, but here. And if he pitches, I think it's 5 or 6 innings this weekend. And if he averages at least a K an inning, he'll lead, I believe, in the National League in innings pitched and strikeouts. I think I saw some weird, maybe not strikeouts, but some weird stat. Like he's got some good numbers coming his way. So
he's
good
going
year for Webb. I think he's pitching. He's pissed, and he's also just a bulldog. Like, you're not going to sit me. Like, what are you doing? So I don't see why he doesn't go out there for 5 or 6 last game of the season against a chump Rockies team.
Okay. So. Again, selfishly, I'm asking because I have Logan Webb in that playoff matchup where we have like a game start cap for every week. So I want to make sure I leave a spot open for Webb on Sunday.
I'd be shocked if he's not. Let's put it that way. After the way he talked, I'd be very surprised.
Okay. All right. Go Giants this weekend, man. Verlander and Webb for me.
Yeah. Started off with a little Tang. They go to Verlander and Webb.
I don't know if I can add Tang. We'll see. He hasn't gone deep lately.
God.
Worries me.
Let's talk about the 2026. Anything else for the schedule before I just take this down the wrong path?
No, we will be here. Patreon subscribers, everyone in the Discord, hit it. We have that lineups question channel. We will be around to answer any and all questions. It's I wouldn't say 24/7, but all day AMA. We are there to at least give our lukewarm fantasy advice.
And if we're not, someone else is. So it's always something going on in the chat. All right, now something a little different. As we start to turn things towards 2026. First off, we said it's the final episode of 2025. Not a lie, it is. But you guys know how we roll around here. You still get 2 episodes every single week, in season, off season, you name it. We do it, barring something crazy. You're getting 2 episodes a week, and that's not changing. We're back Tuesday night, doing it all over again. That's called the 2026 start of the season type deal. So we're transitioning, as most people would, to some 2026 talk, and we're going to project the second round of the 2026 draft with a lot of things that'll change by then, so we won't even be close to probably half of this, but this is the fun part of it. Like, who do you think deserves it at this point in time? So Ryan, before we get started, what are your thoughts on this? Because this is your idea.
Yeah, we're grasping at straws at this point, man. But I basically copied what you and Ben did on when did you guys record on Tuesday, where you guys did your first round, and so I don't know, why not do the second round?
No, I like it. We can do 3rd round next week. I'm all good. But
no, we're not doing that. But
next week, and I gonna do 3rd round.
Are you guys?
I'm kidding. No.
We are next week. We are going to do on Tuesday. We're going to do kind of a post-mortem how we did, and then on Tuesday and then on Thursday, I don't know, something else. Beer bets, Bubba and the Bloomies. We'll do something. We'll figure it out.
Yep, as usual.
But yeah, second round tonight. There's a bunch. So we're going to build off what you and Ben did, right? So there were 15 players that I guess you picked.
These are Tuesday. My top. This was my first round. Me and Ben did our own first rounds.
Okay.
I had 3 players he didn't have. He had 3 players I didn't have. So it was kind of a good little mix. Only a couple guys we had the same on. If you want that information, Benched with Bubba came out on Tuesday. You can go check that out and go get Ben's probably proper top 15 in mind.
Yeah, listen to it for Ben's top 15, not
100%.
Not yours.
I disagree with that.
So who's off the board for this discussion tonight?
Okay, so my top 15 goes Shohei, Judge, J-Ram, Soto, Ronald Acuna Jr., Corbin Carroll, Bobby Witt at 7, Skubal, J-Rod, Churio at 10, Skeens, Crochet, Lindor, Elliott 14, and Junior Caminero at 15. And I said it on the show. Is Caminero a first-round pick? I think so. I felt like if I didn't put him in here, I would have caught so much flack because it's like one of the biggest talking points about the meatball draft is, oh my God, Caminero went in the first round. So I put him at 15 to make sure he's still there.
Yeah, I heard that was discussed in a few spots. So
a few spots.
You got to keep Caminero, especially because he hasn't. It's not like he's gone cold since you drafted him. So
everyone's biggest argument is going back to the Trop. It's like, okay, you're gonna tell me it's 21-year-olds. Like, I watched him hit it 7 rows deep in San Francisco on a Tuesday night. Like, the stadium, the dude hits, and the splits, it's his batting average that sucks at home or on the road. Like, he's still hitting for power, the same almost in both places, and the BABIP sucks on the road. So yeah, I'll believe it all when I see it.
I was gonna say a lot of that split is BABIP driven, not actual skills.
So I'm good. But all right, so we're gonna go 16 through 30 now. We'll go back and forth if that works for you, unless you have a different plan up your sleeve. That's kind of
that's how Ben and I
did it, and it gives it kind of a discussion back and forth. So what we'll do, who would you have with the first pick of round 2 based on the information that has already been given to you?
Yeah, so I mean, if I was going to pick in order, I think, and I know it's weird to say this now, but I think Kyle Tucker is still a first rounder. So he would probably be my first pick of the second round, AKA guy you did not have in your top 15 that I'd want.
Yeah, Ben had Kyle Tucker at 12. So he had him in his first round.
Ben's a smart guy.
He is much smarter than I. I have Kyle Tucker at 18. I guess my talking point with Tucker is I still like the skill set, always have liked the skill set. He is finding ways to not stay healthy, which is quite concerning for a first-round pick. but I'll never deny that he's a 30-30 guy if he's healthy all year. We also don't know where he's playing next year. That's the other concern at the moment. But it shouldn't be. But yes, I like Tucker quite a bit as well.
I think with Tucker, what I'm hedging is that it's a couple years now in a row of freak injuries, and I don't think that carries over to year. Could there be a third straight freak injury season next year? Sure. Has the recovery timeline for Kyle Tucker each of the last 2 seasons been sketchy as hell? Yes. So I get it, but I still think I don't know. I don't think this is a chronic thing for Kyle Tucker.
That's totally fair. That's why I don't hate it. Have him 18. You have him 16. Yep. My 16 is someone who Ben had at 13, so it kind of takes it off the board. I went Gunnar Henderson, and started talking about it quite a bit with Ben on Tuesday. That anybody listened to the Bubba and the Bloom preseason, I wasn't a big Gunnar guy. Really been concerned about Gunnar. He had 37 homers, 21 steals last year. I shouldn't have been looking at things, but he also had the injury coming into the season. Yep. So where was it going to be? He hit 272 this year in 150 games, 16 homers, 29 steals. So career high in steals. The power is way down compared to previous seasons. And it's a drop in the barrel rate and the hard hit rate, but they're still very respectable, is what I'll say. When you look at Gunnar Henderson, I think a lot of that early was just due to his coming off the injury and whatnot, and maybe he's getting things going. He's had a really good finish to the season. I've noticed that through DFS purposes. So much more in line to keep him on my radar this year compared to just crossing him off. So I have Henderson at 16.
He'd be in my second round. I did not rank these guys, so I'm just going to agree with you that yes, second round. I don't know where I'd exactly put Gunnar Henderson. Weird finish. You mentioned the Gunnar Henderson being better of late. It's just weird. Over the last month, he's got 10 steals. He's running wild, but doesn't have a home run and hitting. He's hitting 219 the last month too. Though. Yeah. So that without a home run, that's brutal. And that goes to your, exactly. But that goes to your kind of power thing. I think the biggest thing for me is Gunnar Henderson. He's going to be 25 next year. I can't see the power all of a sudden just going away. So I would take Gunnar in the second round for sure.
Who's 17th on your list?
My list that I don't have.
Yeah. Or do you just want me to go down mine and we can talk?
No. I mean, I have a list. I just haven't actually listed them out. I'll say Vladimir Guerrero. Yeah. He's got to be somewhere near the early second round for me. I don't know where he is on yours, but it's really just a track record thing for Vlad.
This is where it's tough for me. And I have Vlad at 23. So he's still a second round pick, mid-second round. I love the skill set. It's consistent. It's also consistent. Just the power, is it ever coming back, is my question with him. And that's just honestly my biggest concern with Vlad. Otherwise, he's an absolute monster. His batting average is great, to your point. Another 295, so it's back-to-back years, so basically 300. But 23 home runs. Need a little more than that right about then.
Need a little more than that, especially because he doesn't run that much. So he did have 6 steals, so that makes up for it a little bit. Vlad in if we want to call it a slightly down season, still 46th overall in the Razzball Player Rater. If that's your down year, I'm fine with that in the second round. So again, I don't think the highest ceiling anymore, just because is he going to be a 40+ home run guy again? I don't think so. Is he going to be a stolen base guy? No. But it's, me just drafting olds, and I guess Vlad probably does. He qualify as an old? No, he's still going to be. He's only 27.
He's young, very young.
God, it's more just the track record, the consistency. That's what I want in early rounds, and Vlad has it.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. My 17th was Ben's 9th. Fernando Tatis Jr.
Whoa!
It's a guy. Tatis is always the guy that I have trouble with. Everyone that listens to this show should know that. Another year, 23 home runs, 32 steals, hit 267 over 152 games. So this is the most games he's played in his career, which is a plus. Still hasn't found that 30, 30, 40, 40 liking that we all thought we'd see from Tatis. But it's more of, if you're taking a Tatis, for me, I'll take him in the second round and hope for the ceiling. I can't bring myself to do it in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, Tatis, it's weird. I would speak for both of us. For such a high-profile guy, it's a blind spot for me. I don't know. I never draft Tatis just because I like better options going around him, and I just don't have a good feel for Fernando Tatis Jr. That said, I mean, if we're strictly going by like a formula and numbers, and this is fantasy baseball, this is what we do, I can see why Ben has him 9th. So I mean, for this exercise, what I did is I basically took my draft sheet from the meatball draft, which takes preseason ADP, year-to-date rank, rest of season projection, kind of just averages that all out, just updated it through end of season. Tatis is number 8 hitter, at least, for 2026. So I get it. It's just like, I don't know, a mental thing on my end that I don't really take Tatis, but he will be gone in the second round, if not the first round next year.
Agreed. What would be your 18th pick?
Let's go. Let's see. I feel like this is where we have a somewhat big drop off. I'm gonna go.
The second round is not good. Like it's good, obviously, but yeah, putting my list together was not nearly as easy as the first round. You wouldn't think.
I feel like this is a cliff. Like we are at the cliff because you could go Cal Raleigh, you could go Schwarber, you could go. I mean, by my list, Trey Turner is next. I don't think I'm taking Turner this early in the second round, but he's probably like 2-3 wheel. I'll say Cal Raleigh. I know regression is going to be there, but can Cal Raleigh regress back from 60 home runs to hit 40 and play every day as a catcher? We saw a second round catcher this season in William Contreras. That's probably not good evidence to take Cal Raleigh in the second round next season, with William Contreras not playing well in the first half due to injury. But I'll go Cal Raleigh. I mean, I think he's definitely going to be a second round player. I don't know if I'm going to pull that trigger, but just far and away from a projection standpoint, Cal Raleigh will be a major buy. He'll be I think a first round value if you look at projections and you adjust for catchers in 2 catcher leagues.
Yeah, no, I have him at 22, so not too far off from where you are. I kept wanting to put him closer. I have a couple other guys that are, I guess, well, he's a regular player too because he plays pretty much every day. But catchers still, he deserves to be up here, but I still always get worried. They're the easiest to get banged up out of anybody. We saw William this year. I still played well, but it just took one bad hand injury that he played through to ruin it all. And that's just little things like that. The big
same could happen for Raleigh next year.
Yep. That's my point. It's like I always get hesitant with the catchers, but he deserves to be here for everything that you mentioned. I can't argue it too much. My 18th was Tucker, so let's move to 19. Who would you potentially be willing to take at 19?
I will go Schwarber here. Really wish he qualified. He does have 8 games at outfield, so even like your 10-game qualification leagues, it's not going to happen. So it is utility only. But I think, I mean, Schwarber went in the first round of the meatball draft. I think it's not lost on me that he has 10 steals this season, 10 steals for the second time in the last 4 years. That's at least something. Has hit 248, 246 each of the last 2 seasons. So not the batting average sink that Kyle Schwarber was in the past. And then obviously you're getting the power. So I'll go Schwarber.
I have Schwarber at 20. So we're pretty much right neck and neck on that one as well. Zero concern there with you. Like it was always the concern drafting him was if he could hit for just like a mediocre average, the dude's worth it. Well, he's doing that now, and he's stealing a few bases. Like he is an MVP type player for fantasy. It's the util thing that hurts him a little bit, but I think we've all learned that util shouldn't matter. Look at Shohei and company. Just build your roster appropriately. You'll be okay. So yeah, I'm with you on Schwarbombs. I got him at 20. You got him at 19. My 19th, Nick Kurtz.
Ooh, okay.
We're going Nick Kurtz on this one. I was trying to debate. He's a second rounder for sure for me. Like he's what we're seeing from Nick Kurtz. This is like why I have him over Vladdy is the power department thing with Kurtz. Vladdy's proven to be a batting average asset a lot longer, but Kurtz is hitting 293 now, and it's over 477 plate appearances. It's over 114 games. It's not like it's a small sample anymore. And it's still year one, so in theory, I guess you could say it's a 1 year small sample, but 13% walk rate, 31% K rate. The K rate, it's not ideal, but it's not horrific. We've seen a lot worse. It's not great. I'm not going to knock it, but in 114 games, we got 35 homers, 88 runs, 84 RBIs. Like, it's absolutely insane what this guy's doing. They're going to be in that horrible ballpark again next year. I think Nick Kurtz, there's going to be conversation for first round when it comes to Nick Kurtz. I think he should be in the second round, and I got him at 19.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I get it. Nick Kurtz would be in my second round as well. I'm just trying to think to future Bloomfield here, clicking the draft button on Nick Kurtz when like Vladdy is available. It's just not something I do. Again, it's probably the wrong move, but I just want to see a longer track record, and Kurtz hasn't had the chance to give a longer track record. So I get it. I totally get it.
All right. So I had Schwarber at 20. Who would you potentially have at 20?
I am going to, again, there's just hitting suddenly turns extremely flat. I'm going to bring up the age old, who's the number 4 starting pitcher? I think I'm going to go Yoshinobu Yamamoto in the second round. I think Yamamoto will certainly be a second rounder, barring some type of offseason injury. I think he has established himself as that guy behind the top 3 of Skeens, Crochet, and Skubal, which you correctly put in the first round. I just, the biggest thing for me with Yamamoto was health, and here we are, 29 starts later, 167 innings later, 194 strikeouts later. Here's Yoshinobu Yamamoto with a great ground ball rate, great strikeout rate, like great team, ton of wins. I think he's your SP4 next year.
Yeah, I agree. He's the SP4. I have him at 24, so we're not that far off.
All right.
Definitely have him as my SP4 as well. So I like Yamamoto. Same concerns I had with you. It was how many innings are we getting from Yamamoto? And started out looking like it wasn't going to be great. And then he got it together, and it was beautiful from there. For me, I had Schwarber at 20. So who's your 21?
I've maybe what's that?
Line up eventually. We got to line up eventually here.
Well, we have to, or strongly disagree on someone eventually.
Yeah.
I will go Jazz.
Ooh.
In the second round. I think Jazz Chisholm is a second rounder. It's second and third base eligibility, if I'm not mistaken, which my mind is going to shortly be in draft and hold mode. This is someone who is 30-30 season this season in just 521 plate appearances. I know that health is kind of part of the deal with Jazz, but yeah, I would take him in the second round, I think.
I originally had Jazz as my 20th, and then I moved him down to my 25th. So I'm not.
Oh, damn it! So we don't disagree.
Yeah. No, I was just.
I thought you acted all shocked.
I was shocked you had him because that's not you're not a Jazz profile type guy. A lot of risk involved there. So, but
is there?
As I say, he's pretty much put it together 2 years in a row now. He's shown us what he can do with the health. So that's where I was like, okay, I can actually 20th, 21st. And I'm like, I'll move into 25th for. Like I put Raleigh in there, and I got to get Vlad in there eventually, so kind of move some things around. Yeah, but I have zero problems with Jazz. I think he's very good. Damn. Where I thought you were going to go is where I went at 21, and that's Trey Turner. I thought you were going. I thought we were going to finally agree on one right there, but I got Turner at 21. Dude's really still an amazing batting average asset. There's zero denying that, even with his recent IL stint. Trey Turner's hitting 305 on the season, 295 last year, 266, 298, 328. Like the dude's just a consistent machine. Not gonna get to 20 home runs this year, but it was 4 straight 20 home run seasons. Did get the 36 steals. Steals are back this year, which was great. It's just hard to find basically a 5 category stud after the elite short. Like he kind of is on the outside of the elite shortstop tier. Like you could call him an elite shortstop still, or he's just outside of it. I think he's great if you miss out on one of the big ones. So I think Trey Turner is awesome. So, yes, I have him at 21.
Yeah, the more you say that, I probably should have mentioned Turner earlier. I don't think someone who we thought maybe at the twilight of his career, but I just don't think that's the case. Like 94 runs this season. That's the thing. Like hitting near the top of that Philly lineup is just huge for runs. And I think the biggest thing for Trey Turner is not just the stolen bases, it's the stolen base success rate. It has not been below 80% since the COVID season, 83% this season. So like Trey Turner is, even though he's going to be 33 next year, like I don't really care. And if you get a full season from Trey Turner, like 2040 season with a 300 batting average and triple digit runs, like
That's awesome.
that could be a first round guy. So love the Trey Turner pick. He would be somewhere probably mid second round for me. Maybe even I'm talking myself into early second round for Trey Turner.
All right. I had Raleigh at 22. Who would be your 22?
This is where
Yellow Notepad meets projections and decisions have to be made.
So you're probably not going to like this one. It's just a floor play, but I'll say Manny Machado. I think
he's outside of my 2 rounds. Yes.
Okay, but probably not far.
No, I originally had him at 30, and I pushed him out to probably 31 or 32. Okay. He's just outside.
Okay. I mean, again, like we all think Machado's on the downside here, but 600 he plays every single day. 671 plate appearances this season, 26 homers, 14 steals, 273. That's 5 category really goodness at third base, which is not the best position out there. So at some point, Manny Machado will slow down, but the volume, which I think is a skill, the ability to play every single day, and he's still got the 5 category. I'm actually feeling pretty good about Machado second round, maybe late second, 2-3 wheel type thing.
Yep, 2-3 wheel. I'm okay with that. I had Vlad at 23. Who is your 23? I have the next 3 of you already talked
you
about.
List one of these guys first. I don't know.
Well, you're on the clock. I've been just mine. You've already picked my next 3 guys. So 23. Who do you got?
5 times.
Because I picked these guys earlier than you did. So that's where you picked them earlier than me. Whatever.
Let's go. I'll go Pete Alonso. Is he in your first 2 rounds?
Pete Alonso is my 29th pick. Yes.
So does that mean I have to pick him first again next time?
You got a few more to go. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
But you have Pete. So here's my question: why do you have Pete over Nick Kurtz? Just because track record, like multiple years?
Yeah. Yes, that is why.
Okay.
Pete's homers like the last 4 years. It's just, I don't know. He's awesome.
Yeah. I guess it comes down with Kurtz. Do you believe he can hit for average? If you can believe that,
right?
It's interesting.
Pete Alonso is nowhere near a 31% strikeout. Like he's actually
he improves on it every year.
And the batting average has been bad for Pete Alonso each of the last 2 seasons. BABIP finally corrected to league average this season. He's hitting 271, 123 RBI. That's a thing. Like the line, he's going to be right behind Lindor and Soto again. I'm taking Alonso over Kurtz.
Okay, we'll see if that tune stays the same. I had Vlad at 23. At 24, I had Yamamoto. So who's your 24th?
Yeah, just rapid fire on me here. 24th. I will go Zach Neto.
Okay,
we'll go Zach Neto. I'll go Zach Neto. I think he's a second rounder.
So you're taking these guys over Trey Turner still?
I don't know. I haven't done my rankings for 2026.
Hey, we're having the discussion.
No, I take Trey Turner over Neto.
So you have Turner at 24, Neto at 25. So I just helped you out there.
I don't have a list. Like I said, I have not done this.
Oh, we're making one right now. So at 25, I had Jazz. You have Neto. At 26, I have Neto. So then who would you have at 26 potentially? Yeah, there's still 3 more guys I have you haven't talked about, so we're good. Doing great.
I don't know, man. Do you have another pitcher in your second round?
Yes, I do. At my 28th pick, I have my 28th. I have Logan.
I don't know who I'm picking.
Actually, I have 2 more pitchers.
Whoa.
At 28, I have Logan Gilbert.
Okay, I could see that.
At 30, I'll give you both my pitchers. At 30, I have Jacob deGrom.
Can't argue that.
I debated making him at least Gilbert spot or close to Yamamoto, because to see 172 innings from deGrom, that just destroyed all of my thoughts. About we were discussing what can he give you 100.
Yep.
What's he need to give you like 120, 172 innings of a 5th round deGrom, and then I was about to not put him in my top 2 rounds. It's crazy. Unless you're worried about injury, like if we're getting 170, like that's in a real world. Yamamoto versus DeGrom for the fourth starting pitcher should be a discussion.
Yeah. I do think Logan Gilbert's in the conversation too. I think all good options.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do some more diving into DeGrom, and not just DeGrom himself, but just, I mean, major L for both of us.
Yeah.
Like,
totally did not see that one coming.
How much, and maybe we don't take much from it and change how we draft starting pitchers because of one player in one season.
Well, Sale did it the year before.
But yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens. Yeah. I don't want to say regularly, but it kind of does happen regularly. So it's just something I need to think about. How good do I think I am at these usually injured pitchers putting together a good year? Got burned by DeGrom this year because of it. I would put Logan Gilbert in my second round somewhere.
Okay,
so I'd probably take him above DeGrom.
So I'm just gonna make a glob here for your final picks. You have Gilbert somewhere over here. So I'll just give my final five. So at 26, I had Neto. 27, I have Ketel Marte. First, get a second baseman in the mix here.
Yeah.
28, Logan Gilbert. 29, Big Meat Pete the Polar Bear. 30, Jacob DeGrom.
Okay.
I debated two other picks at 30, but then, like I said, I have to have DeGrom in the first two rounds. I still think 30 is too low for where he should probably be going. What I originally had was Machado, and I'm like, okay, that's safe. Hear me out on this. And it kind of goes to the Nick Kurtz conversation. Could go to the Jazz Chisholm conversation. Is Byron Buxton a top 2-round pick now?
No. Get out of here.
Dude, 2 more home runs today, a home run yesterday. Like,
no.
Absolutely monster season.
I'm not doing that. I mean, take the long view here.
Top 3-round pick?
I mean, I'm not getting Buxton. I'm not drafting him for wherever he's going to go.
124 games, 34 homers, 24 stolen bases while hitting 265.
Yeah, but I mean,
oh, I know. We've seen this.
List out his games played each of the previous 10
seasons. This is the most since 2017. It's only the second time he's held over 120.
Yeah,
I get it. But so it's more like, okay, so is he a 4th-round pick, a 5th round? Like, where does he? Because he comes into play earlier than you'd think. Let's put it that way.
I mean, if you told me I had to leave this podcast and put a number on the round for Byron Buxton, I would say like 5th round, and he's going to go before that.
Yeah, so I'd be over the moon if I'm sitting there like on the 4 or 5 turn, like early 5th round. I'd be pretty pumped on that. But that's why I brought him up. I think there's going to be somebody out there that's going to be
it's
2-3 turn. Like we're doing this dance.
It's a good discussion. I'm not doing that dance. Doing a different dance.
I don't want to know. Just get jiggy with it, I guess.
My dance involves a walker with Freddie Freeman and Manny Machado. And
would Freeman still be in the 2nd round for you?
He'd be in the 3rd. He'd definitely be in the 3rd.
He's definitely not in the 2nd for me. Like, there's guys that have passed that torch, but
so
it's interesting.
A few other names that at least pop on the sheet that we have not brought up, and I don't know if I've named my entire 2nd round or not, but
no, you have not. You have 3 more picks to go.
All right. Well, let's just list these 3. Subject to change. William Contreras, I think could be a 2nd rounder next year. I have to pick 4 more dudes. 2
more now. Oh, yeah, Gilbert. Yeah, 3 more.
20-team league.
No, because Gilbert 26, Williams 27. 3 more.
All right. William Contreras. Does that count?
Yep. Nope. 3 more after that.
All right. So I'll do William Contreras, a healthy William Contreras. I think if you can get him at the 2-3 wheel, that would work. Mookie Betts. I'm going to say Mookie Betts. 2nd round. That could work. Late 2nd. I feel like I've listed 20 guys, man.
Nope. You have not.
You've got Gilbert in there?
Gilbert's in there, yes. You have 2 more to go.
I'll say Bryce Harper, though I'm worried as hell about the injuries.
Yep.
And who did I take in the 2nd round in the meatball draft?
I
don't even remember.
You took Machado, of course. Naturally.
On brand.
Yes.
On brand. My last one, I will say for the 25th pick in the second round, I will go. You know what? Screw it. Freddie Freeman.
Oh, good God. So what's interesting to me, besides your geriatric team, your tofu team, just
Hey.
in general, because when I was doing this too, Betts, Harper, Freeman, almost for like first round 1-2 turn plays. They're probably all third rounders. Devers is locked into the third round. Austin Riley's locked into probably the fourth round. Like you're seeing a shift. And another key thing between the first round with Ben and the second round with you, a lot of the guys going in rounds 1 and 2 now, it's youth. It's all this youth. If you look at their ages, a lot of like mid-20 kind of guys, give or take.
I'm liking it.
So that's a trend as well.
That means market efficiency for me.
Yeah, it's right into your wheelhouse. We know. The one name that neither one of us brought up, I was curious if you're going to throw him in there instead of Freddie Freeman. Definitely not my profile. PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah. He's up there on my sheet here. He's behind.
Someone's going to take him. It will not be me.
It will not be me. On this sheet, again, that averages preseason ADP year to date, player rater, and rest of season projections. PCA is third that we haven't mentioned behind Devers and Jarren Duran.
Duran's another guy. See, that's why
I think Jarren Duran is in the conversation as well, but probably third round.
That's why I think people might enjoy these types of exercises. I think they're good just to talk things out because it's a lot of names that I think people are used to being in a certain spot and they're just not there anymore. And it's obviously we'll start getting ADPs. We're already chomping at the bit to draft. A lot more will change. Like Yordan Alvarez is even a third round pick right now. Like
right.
It's just a lot of little things like that. The adjusting to these, like Matt Olson used to be locked into the second, at least third round. Very interesting.
Funny, man. Duran, like just looking at his line, I mean, he was my biggest fade the second round this year, so I don't have anything. But I mean, dude, it's it's a down season, almost 700 plate appearances, 80 plus runs, 80 plus RBI, 16 homers, 24 steals. It's not like elite, but it's like a down year, man. That's better than Michael Harris.
It is, but like I'm talking power speed is, but yeah. But I think that's more who he is. Like he had that great 2024. That's kind of why both you and I are like, nah.
Yeah, maybe it's not a down year. Maybe that is who he is, which again is
still good. It's still really good. I suppose that's like more like give me him in the fifth, making my outfielder 2 or 3 type guy. And you build with that.
Yeah. I mean, one of my biggest takeaways just going through this too is just I think after the first 20, I feel like it's a big glob in terms of it, if you want to take a pitcher, maybe that extends out a little bit, but at least the hitters. You heard me hemming and hawing and debating who I should take at this back end of the second round. I don't want to even say like a lot of good options. There's just options with deficiencies. In which deficiencies are you? There's PCA's deficiency is track record and plate discipline. Freddie Freeman's is not that, but it's
the shower skills.
It's his getting in and out of the shower. So another set of problems. So it's a pretty fascinating fall off and kind of wide swath of options after around pick 25-ish.
Yeah, that's how the first round after like the first 2 or 3, you're like, okay, this could get wild. Lots of ways you could see the next 7 to 10 picks go. And then the second round, when I started making my list, I'm like, okay, the guys that just missed the first, kind of easy for me. And then it gets more back into, okay, what do you like? What do you trust? Where do you want to go? Roster construction 101 type thing. So, yeah. Will be quite interesting. There'll be plenty more exercises like this to come because we don't stop in the off season.
Third round show going up.
I don't mind doing this kind of stuff.
No, I like it too. Yeah, I do. I probably should.
But we'll cover a lot of this in our positional recaps, so it all works out there.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some listener questions in here because the Discord did come through with some. We'll start with Ben Bingham, who I believe is third in the Bubba and the Bloom listener league overall right now. Bingham, anything specific you guys try to download, capture by the end of the season, projections, news, lineups? I don't know.
For me, I capture the, year-end standings, either just overall or whatever league you're in, because I use that for targets for the following season. And pretty soon I'll actually have that updated for our draft tracking tool for 2026 on the Patreon. So I try and grab that. Obviously I grab ADP, but that's around for a while. And ditto projection. So Fangraphs now has, I don't know if you have to be a subscriber to Fangraphs to get this, but you can now look back. You don't have to save projections. You can now look back at preseason projections for the previous at least 10 years or whatever. So I don't even get that anymore. One thing I'm doing, and it's not just part of my process, but for the baseball forecaster and probably a little bit on the Patreon too, is I already have downloaded every single fab bid and runner up for every team in both the main event and online championship. There's a lot of cool stuff I'm doing with that data right now for my baseball forecaster piece. So grabbing that as well before the season ends. And the other impetus for Ben's question is, at least NFBC wise, they quote unquote flipped the site over to the next season shortly after the World Series. Yeah. And once that happens, you cannot access a lot of this stuff from the current season.
Yeah, I don't capture much of anything because Ryan does it all because he's smarter than I am. Because I don't know how to hit the right buttons for that. I used to write it down by hand, so Ryan takes care. Or I print it out and I have like 70 pieces of paper. So yeah, Ryan helps.
But hey, that. I mean that's certainly a way to do it too.
A way to capture things, yes. Mark Jordan says.
Michael Cicchini says Fangraphs historical projections are subscribers only. So
there you go. Mark Jordan says, how much impact will the new ABS system have on fantasy baseball? This is a good question. I think I think it just helps.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you could do. I mean, again, just totally off the cuff. You can look at like who stole the most strikes this season from a hitter standpoint, from pitcher standpoint. Is that sticky year to year? Is that just the umpire that night? Who knows? So at least at first glance, maybe someone smarter than us will do some kind of study on this, but I don't think it will impact my decision making. I'm glad it's coming 2026, but I don't think it'll impact my decision making for next year.
Yeah, it's not going to affect how I draft. No, maybe it should. But it's not going to affect how I draft at all because in reality, yeah, there's some bad umpiring, but how many calls a game really would be affected by this? And you only get so many chances to challenge it, I believe. So it's
you get 2 unsuccessful challenges.
Yeah, so like how much of an impact will it actually have is the question. I guess it's more just to keep them honest if it's a really bad umpire. Yeah. So I don't think it'll have. It'll be good for the game, but I don't think it'll have a massive fantasy impact. At least that's my thoughts as well.
I know there is a thing out there like walk rates tend to go down from minor leagues to major leagues, we think because of ABS, but I don't even know, like, is it full ABS in some minor league or is it just challenge? I need to look into that.
I think it was more. It felt like when we watched it in the fall league, and this is maybe just in the fall league versus, it seemed like they could challenge almost anything they wanted. Because I remember there's sometimes you'd see it like multiple times coming on the screen in like the same inning, it felt like. So I don't know. I don't think it'll be the same in that regard. All righty, let's get to Martin Sokolsky says, what player is your biggest regret of the season, either FOMO or wishing you'd said no?
I'll say the FOMO Cal Raleigh. Just like feel like someone not right in front of our eyes because this is such an outlier season, but like we had so many chances to draft Cal Raleigh and we didn't. And if you have Cal Raleigh, it's nobody's a league winner in fantasy baseball, but pretty damn close.
He's on my OLAC. I think it was like a $12 Cal Raleigh.
Awesome.
But for me, I'll go back to what we talked about earlier. It's the Jacob deGrom thing. That's a big FOMO, big regret. I know it's not our style usually, but I remember talking about it last year with like Sale and like the Crochets of the world and some of these other guys. It's like sometimes you just take the talent and you piece it together with streamers after. Like you'll never get the same pitcher, but go get the 100 innings and see where it goes type thing. It's a completely different mindset that I'm used to and than you're used to. But it's one I think I need to at least in 12 start embracing. 15s, well, there's probably more discussion, but 12s, there's no reason not to try for 100 and see what happens.
Yep. So, you get more, great. If not, you'll churn and burn and get something good on fast.
Even as the season goes on, there's dollar pitchers like every week. Like you can make it work like in a roundabout way at some point in time. So Jacob deGrom for me. All right. Britton Allen says, which rookie breakout starting pitchers do you want the most in next year's DC drafts? Horton, McClain are off the board, he says. You can't get Horton or McClain. Is it Mizorowski, Chase Burns, Bubba Chandler, Connolly Early, Cam Schlittler, or Noah Cameron?
Bubba Chandler for me.
Yeah, Chandler for sure. I was all in this year, so I'm going to be all in again next year for sure.
Yeah. Burns, just injury-wise, I'm a little concerned just velocity-wise. Same with the Miz for a full season. However, I mean, am I ignoring what you just said about drafting 100-inning guys?
Like, we're also talking veterans that have shown the skill set versus rookie.
I know. And Miz, I have concerns about the control and the walk rate. So, yeah, I'll say Bubba Chandler, even though the team context sucks. Number 2 might honestly be Cam Schlittler.
That's what I was going to say. Schlittler, actually, he's done very well for himself this year in a rookie campaign. Yep. 0 complaints with what we saw there, and he'll likely be the 4 or 5 in that rotation again, and another good team around him. So, like wins, we talk wins.
Yep,
that could be in play there. Sean Chard said it's not a question, but good luck to everyone this weekend, and a big thanks to Bubba and Ryan for the Patreon, Discord, Listener Leagues, tools, podcasts, and analysis. Thank you,
Sean. Yes, absolutely.
Mailman Mike says a pick or two that brings you the most satisfaction from this year. A few picks you wish you could get back. Might table that one for Tuesday night because I need to look at a few more things on that. But we'll get back to you, Mailman Mike. I promise.
Yeah, we will do that. Yeah, good call. We'll do that Tuesday when we do kind of our postmortems for our teams. I'll have a little bit better. I'm still so like ingrained in live scoring right now that I'll think about that for Tuesday. We'll get to it. Yep.
And Paul says that's the Glasnow approach. Draft and hope for 100. Agreed. He's another one. Look at the numbers you got. Yeah, it wasn't a full season. Blake Snell, like these guys all have that. Now it's like, do you tell yourself they have to be outside of like round 4? Because like that's where I'm at the Grom. He was like a round 5 guy in a lot of leagues. That's like an SP2 or an SP3, depends on how you draft. Playing SP2, you could have paired him with a pretty darn good SP1.
But I will also say, I mean, would Grayson Rodriguez have fit into this conversation?
No, that's the thing is you're not going to get them all right.
Exactly.
But at the same time, as you take all these starting pitchers early on, it seems like at least half of them get hurt anyways.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's a mindset change that you and I don't really have, that other guys just don't care. They go for it. And it's just, I guess, as things change, as I get older, I got to stop, yelling at the sun. So, yeah, the way it goes. Got to stop upsetting the apple cart.
Is yelling, that's not an idiom, is it?
No, it's just, okay. Have you seen the GIFs where he's sitting there yelling at the sun?
Yeah. Yelling at the clouds?
Same thing, yeah. Okay. Sky. Yelling at the sky basically is what I'm referring to. Yeah.
I don't know with you, man. Like, you never know when it's some biblical saying that you slip in.
I got to keep you on your toes, man. That's what I'm here for.
You do.
Someone's got to do that. But we'll wrap it up there. Final episode of the 2025 fantasy baseball season, my friend. It was a doozy of a year. Went by really quick. It
did.
So it was great that it went by that quick. At the same time, it's a grind. And weirdly, we said it recently, probably on this show and in the Discord, we're already ready for 2026. People thought they're drained, they want to break, and I get that as well. We've been there many times, but I'm ready to get cracking on 2026. We got some big things coming your guys' way.
Yeah, and I'll even tease it now because it's the last show of 2025. We're an hour 23 in. Might have a little different look and feel on Tuesday.
Yes.
So just keep an eye out for that. This may be the last time this show looks like this in its current form. So just a heads up there.
Unfortunately, I'll still look like this, but the show looks
like we will still be,
faces for radio.
Exactly.
But yeah.
But that's one of many exciting things we've got coming up this offseason. Best of luck to everyone this weekend, closing things out. Let us know if we have helped you all in any way. Let us know. Social media, YouTube comment, rate, review the pod, however you want to. We love hearing that stuff. That's it, man. Big sports weekend, huge sports weekend. Not just baseball, but some big college football games. Ryder Cup starts in like 6 hours. So set our alarms for that. But no, thank you all for listening. Feel like this is the end of 2025, but again, we will be back in 5 days and we do not stop.
Yeah, if anybody sees me stumbling around Scottsdale this weekend, please,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and Michael, he says, spend that Patreon money. We did. Let's put it that way. I have a handful of receipts from the last couple of weeks. It's coming back to you, boys and girls. That's all we're saying. Like we said it would. But all right, we'll wrap it up there. Make sure you follow Ryan on Twitter at RyanBHQ, the podcast at Bubba Bloom Pod, and on Patreon at patreon.com/Bubba Bloom. I'm BD Intric. And until next time, Bubba and the Bloom, episode 280. Catch y'all later.